Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Turnabout podcast. I'm your co host, Aris,
And I'm Lucie.
and finally, welcome to the villain episode.
Yes. It was a long journey here, but we're finally there.
And Luce's phone is charged, there are no more
Yes.
mice.
No mice, no phone dying, no sign of God. This is it.
Uh, for those of you who don't know what the fuck we're talking about, please check our previous episode.
A very chaotic episode.
An extremely chaotic episode, which left me uncomfortable.
Is this like your least favorite episode?
Maybe. Like, I had such big expectations for a 10th episode, and it just. It was unhinged.
Unhinged is the word.
Unhinged, unhinged, unhinged.
But like, what other episodes feature a direct appearances from God telling us to not talk about a subject? Like, that didn't happen.
You have the embodiment of Satan himself talking to you every week. What do you mean? Okay, so before we get into the villains episode, let's talk about this week's featured artist. And this week we're
Yes.
looking at the work of. Okay, so she has many usernames. I'll link everything below, but I found her Tumblr, so let's go with Pat Tan. So, hi, Pat.
Hi, Pat.
Pat does. I just like. I'm looking at it now, and it's. I'm as blown away as I was when I found out about her work 2 weeks ago. She does
Definitely.
manga, like
Yeah.
actual manga, like comic strips.
Like comics. Like definitely comics. It gave me like Batman and Robin vibes. It's a
Yeah.
mix of like Phoenix as a lawyer by day and superhero by night,
Can you
which is
imagine?
such a fun concept.
Uh, it's so Phoenix turns into Phantom and Maya turns into Mystic, and
I love that.
we'll showcase the comic
Yeah.
strips of them. There's one where Phantom, where Phoenix is being held hostage, and I never knew I needed it in my life until I saw it.
I
Maya
know.
jumping behind the crook with her boot and kicking him like it's just excellence. This is excellence.
It scratched such an itch. Maya saving Phoenix as Mystic and
Yeah.
jumping stuff.
Uh Maya as a superhero. Okay, so after the comic strip, I'll show you the one where she drew them together and
The one
Phoenix
when
is
he's holding
holding.
cards.
Yeah, and Maya is
I'm looking
wielding
at this one.
a what even is it? Is it like a whip or like a lasso with
I
magatamas
think
on
it's
it?
like a lasso.
Just this is so good.
Yeah. And so I'm looking at her Instagram actually, and she, like the caption for this one is a messy drawing, but it was fun to do. And I think that's really what transpires from her work. Like you can tell that she loves drawing them and that she puts like it's fun to her. And I think you can see her enthusiasm and her love for both comics and Ace Attorney. And I think it melds perfectly. Like you can see her love for that work, and I really like that.
So on Tumblr, she doesn't showcase all of her work, but there are some comic strips. For example, she did Phoenix's and Miles' wedding.
Oh my god, I saw
That
that.
was the cutest
That was
thing
so
I
cute.
have ever seen.
With the badger crying in the
With the
background.
badger crying in the back.
That made me laugh so much.
It's such a cute, and the panel where they're holding
I
hands, it's
know.
just and
Adorable.
it's just excellence. But then there's a bunch of more Miles and Phoenix Narumitsu work. There's one more comic I've saved here. So we'll showcase all of them. But then on her Insta, she has some more comedic ones, like the one I sent you where Edgeworth has abs.
Yeah. She
We've
even drew
seen
like a sexy Papa hat outfit, which is like I didn't know she could make something like that sexy because I hate the
which
Papa
one is
hat.
it?
I'll send it to you right now.
Because she did Phoenix with a Papa hat and he has little fangs. I sent it to you. That's so cute.
But
But
yeah, Edward
I
with
was just
abs.
Edgeworth with abs. I was just about to tell you, we've seen a lot of renditions of Edgeworth on this podcast. We've seen Lego Edgeworth as well.
This podcast is just a review of Edward. That's all we
A
do on
review
the
of
show.
Edgeworth, yeah.
Oh yeah, Edward with abs. I'm seeing it right now.
Hot,
Ta-da! His
hot
nipples
Papa
are
Hat
magnificent.
Phoenix.
I know. That was my reaction too.
Look at him. He looks like he was playing like basketball or something in his neighborhood.
Exactly.
And holy shit, that's hot.
I know. I'm hot and bothered. No, I'm joking. But I think my favorite
Yeah,
comic that she did was the one where Edworth and Phoenix talk about like Phoenix' lack of sleep.
I
This
haven't seen
was
that one.
Oh, I thought you sent it to me. This is adorable. Let me send it to you. It's in her most recent ones.
Oh, here it is. I found it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's
two
it's the one
panels.
where Edgeworth thinks his Phoenix is sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then like
And
Phoenix bit the shit out of his enemy and like I have a curfew. It's so cute.
it's crazy how much Phoenix looks like. Okay, have you ever seen Teen Titans on
Yeah,
Cartoon
I know. I
Network?
was thinking
He
about
looks
that.
like Robin.
He does. Is
um
it the hair? The spikes?
it's the hair and the mask. Um I can't imagine Phoenix being a superhero. It would be a complete 180, like an alter ego.
I can't even imagine Phoenix fighting because I don't know. He doesn't strike me as a fighting dude, but somehow it works. In her comics, it works.
I mean, we've even seen him get beat up by Red White.
I
That's
know.
such an untalked moment. Like,
So violent.
yeah, but no one talks about it. That's what I meant.
It's a great segue for villains.
Yes. No, wait, we're not done with Pat.
We're
Don't do her
not
dirty
done,
like that.
but we have.
Yeah. So after last time, we're kind of scared. We don't want to. It's not, of course, we want to give all the love and attention for our weekly artist, but I think we had a brief talk on time management.
We have
I
a
think
time management problem.
we're both shit on time.
We'll just like start raving about the artist and be like, this is so nice. And then
I mean,
it's like 30 minutes in the podcast.
just okay, look at the art. I'll put everything up. I'm just saying that again so that I don't forget when I'm editing this. But there's lots of goodies on her Instagram that she hasn't posted on Tumblr. For example, apart from Abs Edgeworth, there's one I've sent you of Mia, and she says, "I'm proud of you," and she's
I saw that.
like deteriorating. It's the feels.
The feels.
Like she's kind of like zapping away endgame style.
Pat just punched me in the feels with that drawing.
Yeah, Pat.
Pat, do you have something to say for yourself? Just stop tearing me apart. Oh, a little ASMR moment.
So, and then one of the other ones there's lots of stuff on her Instagram, so please go check it out. But the other one I loved a lot is the view of Phoenix's and Miles's kitchen with Trucy sitting at the table. I loved
So
that one.
cute.
And Phoenix is doing the dishes, and
there's little pictures on the fridge.
yeah, and Miles is wearing his pajama and his slippers, and he's reading the newspaper. A whole ass family moment.
Yes. So cute. I love it.
But yeah, I loved Pat's work, honestly. One of the best artists we've featured. I mean, the superhero thing, I can't get over it.
Definitely.
It's such a good idea.
It's such a good concept, and it works. Like, there's also one, I don't know if you've sent it to me or if I find it on her Insta, and if it's not that case, I'll send it to you. The one where, I think it's when he escapes after the night and he comes to court, like, destroyed, and Edward's like, what the fuck? It's so funny. I love the little, like, lawyer by day and criminal puncher by night. Like, it's such a fun concept. I love it. But when you think about it, it makes sense because Phoenix is definitely like very into justice and like catching bad guys, so it's not like that out of character.
Well, it doesn't mean anyone who has a sense of justice.
Yeah, but I feel if he had like an origin story, like he took a serum that made him super strong and decided to power. I would totally get that.
Yeah.
So thank you, Pat, for letting us feature your work.
Yes, thank you so much for giving us permission. We love your work.
We love
it.
And
I hope our viewers and listeners would love it too.
Yes.
So please...
And we're excited to see more. I'm definitely gonna subscribe to your Instagram account. I want to see more of that.
So please go follow and like everything on Pat's channel.
Scroll back until her Instagram is dead and like every single one of them.
We'll link everything below.
Oh my god, she has 200 publications. Maybe don't like everything. It's gonna take too long. But like them.
Yeah, give some attention.
Okay.
At least. But yeah. And see, we haven't spent that much time.
We are legends.
We are.
Yes.
So...
Villains?
The villain episode.
Dun, dun, dun.
The villain episode. So we really like the format we did. For our 9th episode. Yeah, the game episode. And we want to kind of emulate that. If there's not really a serious discussion topic. For example, we've prepared questions about villains for one another.
Exactly. Because we feel like the discussion flows better that way when we it used to be just, here's my opinion. So we found this little ping pong, yeah.
But I think we've come to the realization that we could definitely switch it up after we interviewed Snap.
Definitely.
Because that was a chaotic discussion. Like we didn't even... I remember we almost spent 2 hours talking, and then you were like, we didn't even talk about Francisca.
I know. Hi, Snap, by the way.
Yeah.
How are you, Snap?
We know you're listening.
Snap
that sounded
was
creepy.
Probably my favorite episode. It was so much fun.
I know. And I mean, I know you're listening to this, as creepy as it sounds, but I was also thinking of messaging you to tell you that when you're done with investigations and investigations 2, we're having you back for a special investigations episode.
Exactly.
That would be amazing.
And to get his thoughts, I'm also excited for him to play Spirit of Justice and like Kill Destiny and get his thoughts on that.
Okay. So villain episode finally.
A very exciting one. Villains.
Very exciting. Do you want to go first or should I? Because I start off with some really broad ones.
Go first. I'm just trying to find our tier list. Your tier
Oh, do you want me to
list.
send it to you?
Yes, thank you. I'm scrolling back into our attachments. I mean, this is once again a lot.
Okay.
Yes,
Save it.
absolutely. You can. I know I should
Save the tier list.
save the tier list. You can go first. Ooh, sorry,
Okay,
make a little sound.
so last time, basically, we had started recording the episode and then Lucy's phone died, but we had managed to record some, like a little bit. And basically, we were debating as to what really makes a villain. And for example, does the villain have to be clear cut, or does, for example, people like Aurora Blackwell or Godot count as villains? And I asked Lucy this, and she said, "I think it only qualifies if the person in question has killed someone." And I told her, well, Aurora,
I remember what you told me. Oh my fucking god. This is what Aris said to me. I was like, well, I think you have to commit murder. Aris, without skipping a bit, says, well, Aura killed. What's her name?
no, that's not how I said it.
No.
I said, um, well, that's not fair because Aurora definitely murdered Meta Sykes.
And I was just stunned. I think
I
we still have that clip. You should put
I
it
think
in.
I think I deleted it.
Oh, shoot. But
I'll
if you
try to
have
find it.
it, you
I'll
should
try
put
to
it
find
because
it
I
and
just.
play it. Aurora probably murdered Meta Sykes. Oh my god, I'm editing that out.
Oh my god. You speak to your mother with that mouth? I was just like, what did he say? I was shocked. Do
I
not
think I
talk
can
about
find the
my
recording.
lesbian mom that way.
I think I can find the recording. But yeah, point is, who qualifies as a villain? I mean, does Francisca qualify as a villain?
I don't think so. I think villains are the person who is framed at the end of the case. Like, you know, the person who is like
Not
found
framed.
guilty. Found guilty.
Well,
That's my opinion.
but Godot only did it to save someone else.
Yeah, but like Godot is a very well written, and I'm doing air quotes right now. Villain. I think he still considers as one of
I
them.
don't think he's a villain, I think he's an anti hero.
I think he's part of the category of villains, but I don't see him as a villain. Do you get what I mean?
Because he's doing right, but with a wrong method. That's
Yeah.
literally anti-hero. Or for example, Shelly the Killer is a murderer, but he only gets paid to do so. And also, if that's the case, Alana Sky murdered someone. And also, um, who was I thinking about? Oh, Juan Corrida was literally like he could be a villain.
But like, I get what you mean. But if we if you think that Godot is not a villain because he had a good intention, then Acro isn't a villain because he was like, oh, I did it because of my brother. You know what I mean? Like, I still think that villains in the game are the people who committed the murders that we prosecute, like that we are on trial for.
Well, what about Shelly the Matt and Gar didn't kill anyone.
Yeah, I do get that, but I think it's the a very gray area. It's a gray trial, and that's the whole thing. I think they're both in it. What would you consider being villains and not villains?
I think there's definitely a line of logic in what you're suggesting, but for example, I don't know if Goro is a villain. I really don't know. Because it just boils down to morality and like what counts as what. I mean, it's the same for everyone. I mean, I know you're not a huge fan of comics, but is Deadpool a villain or a hero?
I did see
He
that
kills.
movie.
He kills.
Mm,
That was a great movie.
that was a great movie. I didn't see the second one though.
Oh,
But
the second one is better.
really, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's so
I
funny.
think I'm down to not count Godot as a villain because I feel like if we do, we're only going to talk about him throughout the episode.
Yeah.
Like all the questions,
Yeah.
like who's your favorite villain? Who's the most well-written villain? It's going to be Godot. So I'm down to not count him out, especially since Dahlia is kind of the villain of this case slash
Yes.
game.
Yes.
And for Madame Guard and Shelley, I feel Madame Guard is a villain. I don't even see Shelley the Killer as being a villain for some reason. But I think he counts as one.
He does count as one, I think, as a hitman.
Yeah.
But he's just doing his job.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. What's your first question? Was that your first question? Like, what counts as a villain?
It's not really a first question. I just wanted to lay the groundwork. I mean,
I think that's a good call. So our rules are every murderer apart from Godot.
I mean, what about Lana Skye?
First of all, didn't even remember she killed someone. But
does she?
I don't think so.
I think she does.
Does she? I haven't played that game in a very long time. Didn't you just replay it?
I don't remember. I really
That's
don't.
the effect that Lana Skye has on.
Well, okay,
people.
then
Yeah.
in the case of Lana Skye, Capcom is a villain for creating that character.
True.
And that's
Very
a period.
True. Okay, let's just.
So, yeah, that's what I said first. I said who's considered a villain, who isn't. And then my first question is basic ass, but favorite and least favorite villain who's not a main one.
Okay, so not Final Case's villain or game villain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like standalone cases.
I love Dee Vasquez. That's the first one that comes to mind. I really love her. I think she has the right balance of being absolutely terrifying and so endearing. Fury Tigray is so good as well. Like, such a fun villain. Like, the man dresses up as you. We've already talked about this. Least favorite villain. What's your favorite villain? To give me time to think.
Does Callisto U count as a main one?
Well, I think she's the main villain of Ace Attorney Investigation 1. That's what I would say.
But she's not the final battle.
I know, that's what I'm thinking, but at the same time, she's like... Because she is revealed in the last case and she betrays us like twice, I don't know.
Oh, and also, who is the main villain of the second game? Is it Matt Engard or Morgan Fay?
I'd send Madame Guard.
Okay.
And Morgan Fay's like with Dahlia, again, the villain of the third game. Yeah.
Okay. So, favorite standalone would either have to be then, if it's not Callisto U, Eeny Meeny, or Furio Tigray.
Of course.
Or Dee Vasquez, of course.
Yeah.
Like, these are the three, one from each game.
Exactly.
Perfect. And least favorite, there's so many, but honestly,
LaBelle. I'm just
that's
looking.
what I was thinking.
Really?
Florent LaBelle.
Even Acro isn't like, is kind of very boring.
Okay, you're reading my mind. Acro, Florent LaBelle, Richard Wellington.
Oh yeah.
It's not. No, he's not the worst.
He's not the worst because he's not the worst because his case is so short. You know what I mean? I feel
I'll tell you who's a bad one.
Tell.
Alita Tiala.
Ooh, that's a bad one.
The fucking bitch. I hate her. Oh, and the spoiled brat from the kidnap turnabout.
Yeah,
You know,
I know.
like, you know my feelings already.
Yes, big earlobe guy.
Oh, and also, um, peace and love and an understanding, whatever his fucking name is.
Yeah, I was thinking like, who is the villain for Spirit of Justice Case 3? Since it's technically suicide.
What?
Okay, so like in the third case, there's like, is it trust in me because he frames Maya, or is it like the priest that was stabbed in the back because he tried to murder them? Like, who's the villain in that case?
I was also thinking who poses as that woman, that spiritual woman. I can't remember.
Who poses?
Who's under the mask of that vigilante?
Oh,
I
I
genuinely
think
don't remember.
it's the acolyte.
The adoptive son.
Yeah, I think it's the adopted son. But I hate it.
Okay.
Trust in me. I didn't like that guy. So if he's
Is that the
considered a
father or the
villain,
son?
that's the father that like possesses Maya's body. I hated that visual.
Yeah.
I did not need to see that.
That's the first time we saw a male inhabiting her
Mm,
body.
yeah, but not the
Okay.
last.
What? That sounded disgusting.
It wasn't sexual, I promise. I just need to
Wait,
say
who
something.
else did you mean?
Dirty. I
Okay.
have to say something. I need to get something off my chest because I'm looking
Okay,
at
go ahead.
the tier list. Again, spoilers ahead. But Simon Blackwell doesn't look like Gustavia. Like they don't
What?
look related.
Did you just say Simon Blackwell?
Oh, for fuck's sake. They have the same first name.
They do.
Simon
Simon Keys doesn't
Keys.
look. Yeah, what's the ethnicity of Gustavia?
I don't know. Oh,
Is he Russian or Turkish?
I don't know. Wasn't he? He was from somewhere, but I don't know.
Yeah, as opposed to who?
But like, because I was looking at like Horace Knightley and the other one, like, what's his name? The
Isaac Daver.
Isaac Dover. They do kind of look alike. But for the other one, shit has no resemblance. And that bothered me playing the game. That was just what I had to say.
Yeah. Okay.
That was
So
my
yeah,
message.
we've got that out of the way.
Yes, so basically, favorite for you is like Callisto U or Chigo
Inimini
Inimi
or Fury of
Chigo
Tigre
Fuge.
or D Vasquez or
And least favorite is LaBelle and
or Acro
Agro.
or everything we've just mentioned.
Yes. Okay. So,
Your turn.
my turn is most underused villain.
But what does that mean?
Like, villain who had potential but was kind of limited.
Hmm. What do you think?
I don't really know. I wrote this question and then my mind went blank. But when I think about it, I feel like, I don't know, maybe Ted to Nate with like the whole bombing thing could have been an interesting, like in a full length trial and murder case. Like we've never had like a bombing situation, so I think maybe that could have been interesting. What I'm guessing is like who was the villain who you wanted to see more of?
Um, I'm not sure, honestly. I'm thinking about Pierce Nickety from Turnabout Time Traveler.
Mm.
It's not like he had potential or anything, but we could definitely see more of him. And I think diverting attention away from him and making us think that it was other people was such... It didn't work.
Mm. It was definitely
But
him from
I
the
think
get-go.
this is a series that handles its villains really well.
Mm.
It's not that, I mean, the ones I wanted to see more of, it's not like we didn't see enough of.
Yeah, it's
For
not like they're
example,
underused.
if I'm being completely picky, I'd have to say Morgan Fay or Dee Vasquez.
I do agree.
We could see more of Dee Vasquez, definitely.
Mm.
Because she doesn't really do anything apart from order us around. And then Morgan Fay, that's the one I was shocked with. Do you remember when I replayed Turnabout and Reunion and I turned to you and said, we find out Eenie Meenie's the killer and then there's no Morgan dialogue.
You don't like...
The last time we see Morgan is either when she testifies or in the second investigation.
Oh my god, that's...
And then, the next time we see her is... I don't know if there's a post-credit scene where she vows revenge in prison. I don't know if I'm imagining that or remembering it. But the next time we fully see her is Bridge the Turnabout. I mean, you'd expect some sort of like... Actually, yeah, Morgan Fay is the answer. Like the exact answer.
I agree.
She, like, if she went out of her way for such a plan, then what the fuck? Where is she? She doesn't even have a breakdown.
That's a good point.
Or like she loves Pearl so much and we don't see their last moments together.
That's a good point. She's kind of like brought up and then
forgotten.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who else?
Who?
Blaze.
Blaze the best.
Yes.
You think...
If you recount how many times we saw him,
Yeah.
it's not many.
Well, you do see him over the course of 2 cases.
But it's completely, I mean, it's kind of limited.
Yeah.
But it's not as much as Morgan, of course it's not. But I wish we could see more of him.
I do get that. I'm just disgusted by him, so...
Disgusting person.
I feel also the one I kept thinking about is... I don't, like... I'm not sure if you like him or not, but I think Politician was kind of fun.
I hate him.
I kind of like the concept of having, like, a douchey politician bribing his way to the top. And his animation was fun. And it was kind of frustrating having, like, 2 villains in one case. Just, like, because that case, like, split in 2. And he was the villain of the first. I feel like he was kind of underused.
I wish we could see more of Camille Meal as well.
She was a fun one.
She didn't have potential, but she was so much fun.
She was.
Like, interrogating her was literally fun when she kept snoozing off.
Yeah. Okay.
So, my turn. I said, let's rank the main ones.
Okay. Let me get a pen and a paper. Okay.
Wait, you're writing this down?
Yeah. First one is
let's just recap. Yeah. We have Manfred and Damon. Damon Gunt. He's a main one.
Shouldn't we do 1 per game?
Then my favorite standalone one would be Damon Gunt. I think because in the Japanese version one, the Japanese version of the game, that's the final case. I think he counts as a main one.
Okay, sure. Damon Gaunt. Madden Guard.
Madden Guard.
Do we count Shelly the Killer?
No.
Then, so we don't count Godot. Dahlia / Morgan Fay.
Christoph Gavin.
Christoph Gavin.
Bobby Fulbright.
Oh, Bobby. And Garen.
Yeah.
Simon Keys.
And Callisto U / Kirkus Alba.
Let's just say
the one you don't even remember.
Kirkus Alba, the tree man.
You don't even remember him.
I do now. I do now.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So how would you rank them?
I think...
From least favorite to favorite.
From least... I don't care about Garen. You know?
Okay.
I don't care. I think maybe Christoph is my least favorite. Then Garen. Then... They're all excellent. This is kind of hard. So Christoph, Garen, Damon Gaunt, Bobby Fulbright, as much as I love Bobby Fulbright. Callisto
Damon Gaunt?
I don't... he's cool, but like when you compare him to the other villains. Callisto U, okay. Simon Keys, and then Madangard, Von Karma. Madangard. Oh, I don't know who to put first. I'm putting Dahlia and Morgan as the same person because kind of the same villain entity.
Yeah.
Von Karma is such a good villain. Oh, this is tough. I'm gonna say Von Karma and then number 1 Dahlia and Morgan Fay because like killing your own family. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, this is my top. This is my rank.
Okay.
How about you?
So mine is from least favorite to favorite. Kirkus Alba.
Oh, I didn't even count it.
Of course.
Of course.
I mean, when I say you forget him, I really do have a point.
He does not exist in my mind.
So, Kirkus Alba. Wait, where would you put him then?
Oh, last.
Kirkus Alba. So we're counting Callisto and Kirkus as different main ones?
That's what I did.
So, it's Kirkus Alba, Kristoff, Queen Garen, Bobby Fulbright, shit. Which ones do I have left?
You have Simon Keys, Callisto U, Von Karma, Damon Gaunt, Madangard, and Dahlia / Morgan Fay.
Okay, then Damon Gaunt.
Mm-hmm.
But he's so hot. Okay. Damon
it's
Gaunt.
Not who do you want to have sex with. It's
I know.
Best villain.
Okay, Damon Gaunt.
It's tough.
I know it's tough.
It's tough.
Damon Gaunt. I think Simon Keys. Simon Keys, Manfred von Karma. No. Okay, let me start again. I'll edit this part.
Okay.
Or maybe I don't. Or maybe I won't. I'll put everything on screen.
Yeah, the
rankings. So it's Kirkus Alba, Christoph Gavin, Queen Garen. What did I say?
You said then
Bobby
Bobby
Fulbright.
Fulbright, then Damon Gaunt.
Yeah, Damon
And
Gaunt. Callisto Yu.
mm,
Because her motive is just her being insane.
yeah, being paid.
Yeah. And then it's Manfred von Karma.
Okay.
Shit.
A profound silence has entered the chat.
Simon Keyes. Dahlia Hawthorne / Morgan Fay and Matt Engard.
Oh my god.
Matt Engard.
Matt Engard is
It's just
amazing.
Dahlia. I mean, I know why you place her first, and honestly, I can't think of anything worse than killing your own family. But the way they executed Matt Engard, like everything at play, like you're defending the actual criminal. The breakdown where he tears his face off.
That was
He let
terrifying.
he led a woman to kill herself. Everything is he's just so revolting, and I hate him. And
Yeah, Matt Engard is like an excellent villain, and
yes,
the way it plays into it is like amazing. But like for me, Dahlia, she's your girlfriend, and then she uses you to murder people. And she's so sweet, and she manipulates men by seducing. Like, she's really good.
yeah,
But
yeah,
we were talking about villains, so of course we're going to talk about stuff we don't like. But I would just like to say, for the record, Ace Attorney is a series that has amazing villains, and
yes.
like, even if there's some that we don't love, it's still like astounding villains and astounding writing qualities and like build up for each villain.
Amazing stuff.
Amazing stuff. Chef
So,
kiss.
your turn.
My next question. So we've done best one and worst one. Who's the most sympathetic?
That was my next question.
Big brains.
And I was just thinking about the answer actually.
Tell me.
Most sympathetic, most sympathetic. I mean, that would be the time to whip out Godot
Yeah.
if we were using him.
But we are not. We're on the
We are
best
not.
behaviors and trying to not bring Godo is. I was gonna say daddy, but no. Our beloved Godo into this.
I think most sympathetic would have to be Inimini.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I mean, come
I
on.
mean, Inimini is a great story.
It's and they do such a good job at spotlighting what a huge asshole
Yeah, Turner Gray
Dr.
is.
Gray is. So you do feel bad.
We also both have sisters. If someone killed my sister,
I would have plastic surgery to look like her, pose as her, and
yes,
then fucking murder the motherfucker who killed her. And that's a
definitely.
warning.
That's exactly what I'll do. For some reason, D. Vasquez was kind of sympathetic to me because, like, it was an accident. You know what I
Yes, I
mean?
was also thinking about that. But she doesn't have a tragic backstory, but there is sympathy, definitely.
Yanni Yogi also comes to mind.
That
Like,
also popped into my mind, as well as Viola.
true, definitely.
She's not the main one, but she does kill, so she should be considered a villain. She's the one who uses poison.
She sprinkles it. I'm trying to think of. So, they definitely did try to make Acro like the sympathetic villain. We've
But that
discussed it.
didn't work.
It doesn't work for us. It's kind of like,
It doesn't work for us.
yeah.
Look, the
I'm
story
kidding.
is tragic, but babe, I don't feel bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You're trying to murder a 16-year-old who's dumb as a rock. Like, you're not gonna get my sympathy.
And
Mm-mm.
least sympathetic,
Least sympathetic?
yeah. Uh, I mean, it has to be one of the main ones.
Yeah. Like
There's a reason
Malengard.
they're mains. It's because they're pure evil.
Mm,
I
definitely.
guess less sympathetic would have to be either Damon Gunt, who doesn't have a motive,
Just likes being an asshole.
and wanted to rise in profession.
Mm.
But also Matt and Guard. Matt and
Yeah,
Guard
for me it's
is the
Malengard.
scum of the
The
earth.
scum of the earth he is. Because like even with Dahlia, you could be like, oh, she's like had a messed up childhood. Her mother abandoned her and she's like that because of trauma. Even like Manfred, it's like, oh, it was kind of like a spawn of the moment. But like
Mm,
Malengard is the scum of the earth.
mm. Yeah, he is. I'll tell you who's also unsympathetic. Not on this level, but in the way that aggro is that they try to make him sympathetic,
Mm.
and in the end, I guess it backfired again. And stop trying to make villain sympathetic, Capcom. It's not going to work.
Who is it?
It's Marlon Rhymes
Oh, yeah.
from the Aquatic Turnabout.
Yes. Um, I thought you were gonna say someone else, but
Who?
for some reason I was thinking of like Look at Me,
No, of course not.
but like because I did feel like they tried to make it. I have no sympathy for Look at Me. Like you are a crazy person,
Yeah. Like,
you know.
actually insane. Like,
But then it
batshit
was kind of like,
crazy.
isn't that a tragic story of a man who wanted attention? It's like, no,
No, shut the
no,
fuck up.
shut up.
Um, Marlon Rhymes,
Yeah,
I think they
Marlon
tried to make
Rhymes.
him, like, sympathetic and, like, oh, he lost his girlfriend to the whales.
So
Well,
it,
babe, you shouldn't have locked up wild animals in cages in the first place.
yeah,
So you can rot in jail.
I do get that.
By the way, he gets out of jail in a year.
In a what?
I think he serves 1 year of jail time. Because
Because it
then
was
we
an
have the
accident.
I think then we have the flash forward.
Oh,
1 year after, and he works at the pool.
oh my God.
Oh, you know who's very sympathetic? Terry Foles.
That's true. But
Like
he's not a villain.
he wait, didn't he kill someone?
Terry Foles is the guy from the case with Dahlia Hawthorne, right?
Yeah.
He didn't. He's framed by Dahlia Hawthorne, but he didn't kill anyone. It's Dahlia again.
Didn't he have a previous criminal record or
I
something?
don't think so.
Oh,
Terry.
okay.
But he's very sympathetic. He's a very sympathetic
Very
character.
sympathetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cutie.
Okay.
So what is your next question? Question.
I said I have a bunch of boring ones, but I've saved the interesting for last. What should I do? Should I keep on going?
What time is it?
I mean, it's the
Maybe,
villain episode. We can spare some time.
yeah. But like, ask me the interesting things. And then,
Because, like, the next one is most and least forgettable.
oh,
But
my
I
next one
have
is
better
most
ones.
boring.
Oh,
We're so synced in.
I think it's the same.
Yeah, it's like who's boring and who's not.
Okay. And what do you think? Most boring and
Mm,
forgettable.
well, we're just talking about one that was super boring. I can't remember. Alia Tiala was boring to me. I can't even remember her. Like,
Literally answering the question
I
of who's most
know.
forgettable by
For
actually
me,
forgetting.
Alia Tiala was so fucking boring. Like, and that outfit was atrocious.
The outfit
The outfit might
was
be the worst crime.
atrocious. You know who's criminally forgettable?
Who?
Bobby Fulbright. And he's a fucking main.
Mm.
We never discuss Wolfie
I
Fulbright.
love him though. I really like him, but
But
as
you
a
have to
villain,
agree.
he's so forgettable. As a
Yeah.
character, he's so much fun, but as a villain, ugh.
Um, I mean, least forgettable. Oh, forgettable. Uh, Darian Crescent.
Oh, totally.
Who the fuck remembers that bitch?
I
Um,
strongly dislike that case, so
and peace and love and an
mm,
understanding.
oh, for sure.
Um,
I'm looking at the tier list. Yeah, I think for me it's I'm looking at her right in the eyes. Ali Tatiana. She's just
I'm on
so
that tier as
boring.
well. But about what about Tetonate?
Yeah, he's also kind of boring. I was thinking of Kirkus Alba because I keep forgetting about him.
No, that's
So
babe. No, that's just your story arc. I'm sorry. Richard Wellington.
Richard Wellington.
Um, Richard Wellington. Um, and again, the spoiled brat from Kidnapped.
Turnabout. Yeah. Also, um, the magician dude from the Magical Turnabout.
No,
Can't even remember his
I'm not.
name.
I'm not having that. It's
Tony
Mr. Rias
Stark.
or
Tony Stark looking ass.
bitch. Shut up. It's Mr. Rias, as in
Absolutely
mysterious,
not.
or Robert Reddens or whatever his name is. Forgettable. Let's talk about fucking forgettable. Pierce Nickety.
Who? No, seriously,
Uh,
who?
Turnabout time traveler.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Completely
Okay, I think he
forgettable.
takes the case. I totally forgot who he was.
He takes the cake. Yeah, he does. He does. I mean, we don't. I don't think we have anyone else, which is so forgettable.
Yeah, I agree.
Least forgettable. I mean, characters who really pop out, and it's a shame to say it. I mean, I kind of forgot about him, but actually, because of his characters, he's one of the least forgettable ones. Is Aristotle Means
Mm,
or Luke at me? Like, I
yeah,
mean, the main ones you don't forget about, but then you have standalone cases which have really memorable villains, such as Furio Tigre.
exactly. I do agree. Like, look at me. I don't love him, but he's such a like you remember him. Like his theme songs,
Hmm.
Vary, stuff like that. Like he's a very full-fledged
Memorable.
character, memorable character.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And again, Furio Tigre or
Even
Eeny
like
Meeny, all of them.
yeah,
Because again, they do such a good job with villains.
definitely.
Okay, so you're up next.
That's actually my last question because those were the questions I had planned for our last episode. So I had like 6 questions for
That's
music
it.
and 6 questions. Bitch, it's already 45 minutes in.
Some of our best episodes is 1.5 hour long.
I didn't think it was gonna be all question, but those were like my main questions. And the last one is who's the scariest villain?
Oh, I have that as one as
Mm.
well. Um, you go first.
No, you go first.
Okay, I'll go over the scariest ones. Scariest,
I know who my answer is, but I temporarily forgot his name.
of course.
So I need to Google
Brain
those.
not functioning tonight.
When is it functioning? That's the real question.
Honestly.
Never.
Um. Okay. Scary villains. Aristotle means after the breakdown, like after
Mm,
he changes form. That shit is scary.
mm.
Like with the mohawk and the engulfed eyes.
The fire in his eyes.
Of course, Matt and Guard ripping his face off.
Yeah.
Scary. Like genuine fear. I think those two are my top
Scariest.
picks. Let me just quickly go over it. Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, I can't think of anyone else who's just like that intimidating. What about you?
So Madangard ripping his face is terrifying,
Yeah.
but the one who I immediately thought about is Dogen. Is he a villain? Like, Dogen scares the shit out of
I
me.
mean, he is a killer.
Like, he scares me so much. His theme song, the bells, the dog.
Uh,
I'm
uh, uh,
so.
uh.
I think it's probably the character from that franchise who I'm the most scared of.
Oh my god.
He's
He's
so
so
scary.
scary. He is, I
He's
know.
terrifying. Like, I was playing the game and my roommate knocked on my door, like, when I was talking with Dogen, and I screamed. I was so scared. I was like, oh my god, it's fucking Dogen coming for me. He really scared me.
He doesn't have pupils.
What?
He doesn't have pupils, like in his eyes.
I know, it's so scary. And why is
Yeah.
his head so long?
Yeah. What about Lee Scary?
Mm.
Oh, you know what's scary as well? Dahlia's ghost.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's like the
Spooky.
scream. The scream.
Well, the least scary for me is like aggro. Like, what are you gonna do? You know?
Oh my god.
No, but I'm thinking like, who would I be comfortable being stuck in an elevator with? You know?
What can you do?
Like, I'm not really scared of aggro. I'd hang out with him. Like, when I think of least scary, it's like knowing they've all been to prison. Who would you be comfortable hanging out with without being scared?
Oh, like being left alone with?
Yeah.
I mean, I know I really wanna do stuff to Darien Crescent, but
Aww.
maybe if we're not taking that angle into consideration, maybe Eeny Meeny or
I was thinking of Inmini too because she's kind of a sweetheart.
honestly, I'd hang out with Eeny Meeny any day. Like, would hang out in the mall, um, paint our nails.
I wouldn't be so scared of Camille either.
Imagine, like, if we were in a girl group if we were in a girl group, us two, Eeny Meeny and Camille, like,
Very
teenage girls
iconic.
talking about boys having sleepovers.
That could be like if we were in the same universe as Sailor Moon and we had like our
And
Sailor
April May.
Scouts. April, May, Nimini, you and I, Camille would be a great team.
Viola Cadaverini. She
The
could be the goth
girls.
one.
The
Yeah, the
girls.
girls. It's just the girls. The girls are fighting.
The girls are killing.
And the girls are killing. April May didn't kill anyone, okay? For all we know. She was just an accomplice, babe.
Just an accomplice.
Just an accomplice. List. I can't think of anyone least. Oh, maybe Alita.
Well, her fashion is scary.
You read my mind. You literally read my mind. I was about to say it.
We share one brain. That's why we're both so dumb.
Yes. Who's really, not really scary, but scary. Marlon Rhymes after the transformation.
Oh, I hate that they did that. I feel like it was
I know.
like unnecessary.
It was so badly made.
Yeah, and like for him to be at the end still a good guy who killed him accidentally, like what was the point of making him seem like completely like not the same person and very scary? Like what was that all about?
But yeah. The rest of them which are least scary are just people who I'd sleep with. So we're not going down that road again.
Definitely not.
because the Crash episode, like the romance episode, was what a nightmare. Okay,
Indeed.
so now it's just my questions.
Yeah.
And here's what I had to say. I said, who do you want to see return in one case and who as a main? So answer first, who do you want to see return in one case only? And it doesn't have to be a villain. Just choose a villain who you want to return, either to be a villain again or a character. I mean, we've seen it before with Frank Saw It in
Yeah.
Investigations too.
I'd love to see D. Vasquez back. I think kind of turns into like who's my favorite, but
Yeah.
I think like D. Vasquez in prison would be so much fun because I feel
As a
like she'd
villain or
still.
something else?
I kind of want to see her as something else. Like she's out of prison and she's just killing the game again. You know. What about you?
This is again one of the questions where I'd say Godot.
Yeah, of course. But apart from Godot.
I think maybe Damon Gunt
As a villain or
as a villain. I think we haven't seen the last of him. And then which one of the mains would you want to return?
of the main villains?
No, wait, that's not what I meant with the question. I meant which one of the standalone ones would you like to see as a main? Who do you think could
As
be
a
a
main villain?
Yes.
That's a good question.
It is.
I don't think I want him, but I was just thinking we haven't talked about Red White, which is also an excellent villain.
He could definitely take on a main mantle.
Yeah, I think Furio Tigray as the mastermind would be so much fun.
Yes.
I think Furio Tigray.
That's no, actually no. I was gonna say Fury Tigray, but now I've changed my mind.
Who?
It's sorry. I forgot.
Oh.
No,
Which game?
it's Dane Gustavia.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I think he could definitely be a villain.
He's evil for sure.
So now I said, who do you forgive?
I forgive Inimini.
Yes, it's sympathy. It's the sympathetic version. But I do forgive her.
I do forgive her.
And I mean, it speaks a lot to her character because we've had characters who actually made mistakes in the murder and admit it, like Acro or Marlon Rhymes. But this one, she actually murdered someone, and I mean, it's pretty bad, but I forgive her. Like, it's revenge.
Even like, I love Maya, so it was unfortunate that she was like caught up in this. But I totally understood her reasoning. Like, I'd kill him too.
I mean, again, the answer would be Godot.
Yeah, of course. But
we're
not
not
our
using
best behavior.
And then I said, which one didn't you see coming? The questions are excellent today.
The question leaves me in profound thoughts. Well, I want to say Godot, but it's not Godot. I never expected Bobby Fulbright, but I don't know if that's like my favorite. I think probably Malangard because it was like, he's your fucking client, and the whole premise of the game is your client is innocent and you have to. So I think it was so well done. I think it might be Malangard for me.
What if you hadn't seen the fan art I did of Simon Keys? It's not a matter of who's your favorite shock. It's a matter of which one took you by surprise the most.
I still think it will be Madame Guard because,
No.
well,
No, I mean, no for me.
yeah, I still think it's
I'm
Madame Guard for me.
because my reasoning behind it is that I played the main games with walkthrough,
Mm.
so I saw that it was pick Booby Fulbright.
Oh,
Booby
Booby
Fulbright.
Fulbright?
Bo- Boobs Fulbright. I saw that it
Tits
was Bobby
Fulbright.
Fulbright in the text, and also had the same with Matt and Guard.
Mm.
The one that I completely didn't use any walkthrough for was Investigations 2, and
Mm.
that's why my pick has to be
I get that.
Simon Keys.
But like my reasoning is Simon Keys does come after Madame Guard, and I think in a way Madame Guard paved the way for Simon Keys. For me, the best one would be Madame Guard.
Yeah.
Next
I mean
question.
that's definitely the best twist.
Yeah, definitely.
But the one I completely was like blindsided by was Simon Keys. I mean, can you imagine if you hadn't seen the fan art?
Yeah, I would
Do you
have
think you
been
could find it?
stunned. What?
Do you think you could find it without walkthrough? Figure it out.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Something to think about.
Something.
So then I said, best and worst villain look / breakdown.
Well, I love Frank Zoid throwing his hair at you. That's like the first one I can think about. I don't want to say Madame Guard again, but he's tearing his face up
Yeah,
is
Matt and
brilliant.
Guard is definitely up there.
Yeah.
He definitely has one of the best breakdowns.
Thon Karma slamming his head against
Yes.
the prosecutor like bench. Oh my god.
Okay, I'll tell you my favorite ones.
Tell me.
I love Matt and Guard ripping his face off. I love Manfred von Karma banging his head on the courtroom walls. I love Any Meanie trying to rip her beret. That's one of my favorite animations. I love Damon Gunn getting zapped.
That's a good one as
And
well.
I also like Queen Garen, cock destroyer extraordinaire, long nails,
Eleganza.
octopus hair, everything. I mean, they really said villain like she served.
Yeah.
That is a villain look.
That is a villain look for sure.
I'm kind of also thinking about Dee Vasquez keeping her cool. I mean, it's not one of the best, like, but just breaking her pipe and that was it, like nothing more. She doesn't have a breakdown.
Yeah. I think that's very
Iconic.
on character.
It is on character.
Yeah. I think for me, it has to be Manfred and Karma.
Manfred, not Matt.
They're both up there. And I love Frank Zoid. Like, I really love it. Just like the ripping of the hair is so funny.
Huh. Okay. Who had the best and who had the worst plan?
For me, the worst plan has to be Acro. It doesn't even make
Same.
any
That's what I was gonna
sense.
say.
He's lifting a statue with like ropes, and then a cape flies on it, and it's so dumb, and I hate it.
No, like even going past that, he warned everyone by pinning a warning in the cafeteria.
Like, just, it's so stupid.
How the fuck did you think that through?
Yes, just like send it to her.
But also, on another note, kind of a dumb plan. Furio Tigray creating a whole other
Yeah.
scene in a fucking restaurant.
Yes. With like a pervy. It's so dumb.
I like it's beyond me how they managed to do it. Um,
Definitely.
just a dumb plan. And then some of the best plans would have to be Simon Keyes,
Simon Keys is a really good one.
Dahlia Hawthorne,
Dahlia Hawthorne. Hmm. Yeah.
use the afterlife.
Dahlia Hawthorne use of the afterlife is brilliant, but also like Dahlia Hawthorne kills three people technically in the third game.
Yeah.
It was like Terry Falls and her sister, her stepsister, like giving the poison to Phoenix as a love thing so he could like hide the evidence because he tried to murder Goto is such a clever plan as well. And such quick thinking. Like,
Yeah.
wow.
And she also poisoned Godot.
Yeah. That's
Uh oh, you know who's a murderer? Durkee.
of who?
Wait, doesn't he? Isn't he the one who kills Queen Garen's husband? Or is it the other way around?
Isn't it Amara who's killing him?
I don't
I don't
remember.
remember either. I don't
Oh
think
my
it's
god.
Turkey.
Well, whatever. Um, okay. Um, best plan. And kind of dumb on
Probably
the
Simon Keys.
yeah, but also kind of dumb on the agency's part. Roger Reddens, or whatever his name is, Mr. Reyes, the one you hate,
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr.
Iron Man.
He had Trucy sign over the right to the agency and then held it over the head, held it. How do you say it? Like held it over their heads. Basically, was like, I'm gonna have to take the fucking office, bitch. Get the fuck out.
Evicted.
Yeah. Um. So yeah. Um. You know who's a contender for the one who we didn't see coming?
Who?
Patricia Rowland.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. To be fair, I kind of saw it coming. Because at some point I was like, and I remember telling you this, I was like, maybe the last day of the investigation, I was like, it's not Dogen because they set him up as a villain. And I couldn't
Yeah.
see any other characters because there's so few. I was like, it's not gonna be Frank Solid. And I was just like, oh, it might be the Warren. I wasn't sure it was her, but I wasn't blindsided by it when it happened.
Yeah, she's definitely worth mentioning though.
Yeah, it was a good twist. Because in a room full of murderers, you're gonna think the murderers did it.
Yeah. Talk about bad plans. Christoph Gavin. Send a poisonous
Stamp.
stamp and just wait for the person to lick it.
I know. It's
What a
so
fucking
bad.
idiot. So the last one is an excellent question and it's kind of a two-parter. Who do you wish wasn't a villain and who do you wish was?
Ooh, hitting me
Yes.
right. Uh,
I know who I wish was a villain.
Answer, because I need time to think.
Wait. Give me 1 second. I want to confirm the name. Okay, I know who I want to be. I know who I want to be a villain.
Tell me.
Olga Orly. Bitch, she's cut out to be a villain.
I know, and I kept seeing her in the cheerleaders, and I was like, is she a villain or is she not? Because with that reveal, um, yeah, I definitely see that.
She has to be a villain. I mean, come on, the fucking bandana.
You
That's
know,
villain material.
you know who I'm thinking about?
Who?
Desiree. I think
I
Desiree
was
could be an
okay.
excellent villain.
I was like, when you said, "Do you know who I was thinking about?" It just popped into my mind.
Desiree would be Chef Kiss. She could flee the scene with her motorcycle. I love her so much.
You're a mind reader. I wish she was a villain too.
I kind of also really love Norma de Plume, and I think she could be an interesting like villain.
Like a killer.
Yeah.
I wish. I mean, do you know what would be excellent if, in the case, if in Stolen Turnabout, Look at Me was a killer, but Desiree was Mask to Mask.
Oh, that would be so cool. That would be
That would
so
be the
cool.
coolest. I know.
And I know who I like wouldn't want to be a villain. I think
Godot.
apart from Godot, I kind of wish Yanni Yogi wasn't a villain. I really like him. He has a spot in my heart. And what I'm thinking is like we go to Lake Gord quite a lot throughout the series, and I wish he was still there. Like I don't know, I just loved exploring his shack and his kind of craziness. He's just like a sweet grandpa who thinks we're his grandchildren. I liked him.
Yeah. Okay, I get that.
What about you?
I mean, you know, I have to look out for a girl gang.
Eeny meeny?
Eeny Meeny, Viola Cadaverini, Camille, but also I wish Simon Keys and Horace Knightley weren't murderers, so they could be together.
I know. Bromance till the end.
Not bromance.
Full-on romance, yeah. Again,
Because
freshwater
if he
pirates.
wasn't a villain, he wouldn't end up in jail and he wouldn't get murdered, and they'd spend the day fucking instead and preparing brunch for one another and cuddling in bed.
And oh,
What?
I just look at your tier list.
What?
Who is that dude in the who category? I'm looking and I can't. So, do you have your tier list?
I have it in front of me.
Third row, first person. Who's that guy?
It's the victim from Turnabout Airlines, the FBI agent who works with Francisca.
Okay, I was like, who's that person?
Literally who?
I have no recollection. The who is an excellent subcategory for your tier list. Literally who.
Do you recognize everyone else?
Yeah, I can kind of pinpoint where they're from, but for this one I was like, what?
But do you recognize everyone else?
I think so.
Or do we have another who moment?
I know where everyone is from. I've seen their face. Well,
nice.
Who's that dude with the weird white hat?
The fourth one?
No, second row, last case.
That's Body Faith. That's the victim in the first episode of Investigations.
Oh. Once again, same game.
Of course.
Of course, we know that. I was thinking of, that's not a villain, but for the who do I want to not be a villain? That's not a villain, but someone who I wished wasn't an accomplice is Iris. I want her to not go to prison.
And have her be in the next games.
Yes.
Whatever happened to the people from the original trilogy? Will we ever find out? Stay tuned. So, yeah, one of the villains we haven't mentioned at all this episode is the clown lady. From your favorite case.
Why should we? Why would we?
We shouldn't.
We
Of course we
shouldn't.
shouldn't.
Was
But I
that your
think that's the
last
only one we haven't
question?
mentioned at all.
Yeah. I think there's. Let me think.
I think we've mentioned all of them,
I'm
except for
doing it
her.
in my head. We've
What?
talked about everyone in the first game. We talked
Yeah.
about everyone in the second game.
Yes, we have.
We've talked about everyone.
In the third game?
Yeah.
We talked about Kristoff,
Yeah.
Tiala, and Crescent.
Tatanate, LaBelle. Yeah, we talked about everyone, surprisingly.
Except for her.
Except for her. But what is there to say?
That she
Boring.
killed her dad.
And has balloon boobs.
That was a good plan. Feed the evidence to the fucking dog.
Yeah. I
Oh,
guess
whatever.
so.
Oh, she can fuck herself.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So,
You know who we haven't talked about? First villain of first investigation game, Jack Sportsman.
Jacques Sportsman.
Yes, most iconic
Jacques
name.
Sportsman.
Jack Sportsman.
Say it with French accent.
Jack Sportsman.
Jacques Sportsman. We haven't talked about him.
We haven't
True.
talked about him. I'm trying to think who are the villains in investigating Camille.
Oh, do you remember?
Yeah, ish.
Wow.
Impressed? I know.
We've talked about all of them.
We haven't talked about Horace Knightley as a villain. He's the villain of the first case.
We have mentioned him.
We have mentioned him. Oh my god, we've discussed every villain. Not even trying to do so.
Can you imagine if we tried tackling the subject last week?
Oh, could you,
40
like,
minutes
it would
in.
have been the longest episode ever.
Definitely.
So yeah, but like the villains are also great. So excellent
Except for
games.
Jacques Sportsman and Boob Lady.
Boob
And by
Lady
Boob Lady, I mean clown woman.
with fake explosive boobs.
Yes.
Boobs.
Booby Fulbright.
Booby Fulbright.
Booby Fulbright.
TD Fulbright.
Knocker Fulbright.
Breasty Fulbright.
Hooder Fulbright.
Badonkadonk Fulbright.
This is what you're subscribing for. This is the content you want on your subscription list.
Yes.
Okay.
You know who that penguin from the aquatic turnabout reminds me of?
The penguin from Evangelion?
Yes. Is that the nod? They both have a backpack. Suspicious.
Lucie and I, our mind, sometimes it amazes me.
Pen, is that you? Jesus Christ. Okay. I think this is a wrap. I think... What?
Did...
You had a That's a Raven moment of being like...
The editing on that episode, I included that in. Was
I know.
Stellar. Did the cowboy from Rise from the Ashes kill someone? Is he the one who murdered Bruce Goodman? I don't remember.
I think so. I don't think so.
I'm not sure.
I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay, here are some villains we haven't talked about. Capcom for waiting so much to release a new game. What's his name? Russell Berry for agreeing his daughter be wed to Jeffree Star, even though she's a teenager and he's a pedophile, and also
Yes.
shooting a lion.
Grossberg for talking so much about his fucking hemorrhoids and
Thank you.
making me Google hemorrhoids when I was too young to know what hemorrhoids were.
And then the aquatic turnabout for locking up animals.
The
And
aquatic turnabout for not being called the aquatic turnabout.
yes. Then Blaze the Best burning his wig and then showing up with another one in court. That was pretty villainous of him.
Villainous.
People who don't recycle and people who eat meat on a regular basis and people who travel short distances with car instead of a bicycle or walk. These are the real villains, people. I hope you feel targeted listening to this. I mean, I know Lucie is by the look on her
I'm
face.
feeling very offended. How dare you?
That's eyelashes.
Blank stare.
Blank stare.
Blank.
Jackal sportsman.
Booby full right.
Okay. So, Lucie, what are you doing after this?
I think everyone will be delighted to know that I finished Sailor Moon season 2. And so I'm starting season 3, so I'm probably gonna watch season 3. What about you, Aris? What are you gonna do?
I think I'm gonna go drink lots of water and sit alone in my room and think about how miserable I am.
Don't do that. No!
I mean,
Oh my
you can join me if you
God.
want.
I don't want to leave you like that. Oh my God, this was so dark. I thought you were gonna say get a pedicure or something.
Was this dark or was this Joe Dark?
It was Joe Dark.
We haven't mentioned Joe Dark.
Who is the serial killer from
Rise from the Ashes?
Rise from the Ashes. Who cares?
We haven't talked about Phineas Filch.
Criminal for existing.
For murdering every last of my brain cells.
That music.
No,
I'm shaking my
bring
head.
it up. Don't bring that up. We're not talking about what was even the name.
Lovely
Gross people.
Lively people.
Lively people. Was it lively people?
I think it was lively people or lovely people. One of those two. I think it's lively people.
Wait, now it's stuck in my head. I hate you. I don't think it's called lively people. It is. I hate.
My brain.
Lively people is the biggest villain out of all the series.
Lively people deserve the death penalty.
Yes.
There, I said it.
Fuck it.
Okay, on that note, we'll see you next week for another episode of the Turnabout podcast. Will be about no idea.
No, don't jinx it.
Will be about something.
I kind of feel bad for saying such a dark what I'm going to do next then.
Do you want to change it?
Well, I don't know what else I'm gonna do next.
But are you actually gonna do that?
No.
I hope so.
Wallow in my misery.
Don't say that. Oh my God. Well,
okay, so what I'm going to be doing next is I'm going to go play Spyro.
Yay! That's the spirit.
The Reigniter trilogy. And wallow in my misery while I play it. Perfect. Okay. She's looking at me through the camera and nodding.
No, not nodding. She's approving. Could you imagine if I was nodding at this? Like, yay, go for it. No.
Um, yes, that's much better. Okay. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in. And
And
we'll see you next week.
see you next week, guys.
Bye.